All right, everybody, what's up? We are live. We got Panthers, Broncos. As the Broncos fumble the football on their opening drive, the Panthers take over and um and are looking to start business as Bryce Young is back starting for Carolina. Already 1 for 1 for 7 yards on a pass to Miles Sanders. Chuba Hubbard had an 8-yard run. And then Xavier Legette on the end around got nothing, as Chuba Hubbard will take it up the middle on 2nd and 10 and pick up about 7, should be about a 3rd down and 3 now. Bryce Young in his career on the road, 0-9, 53% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Hasn't been good for him on the ground, or excuse me, on the road. So, 3rd down and 3. What will Carolina do? From the 28 of Denver. To give to Sanders, and they're gonna keep pushing him. He's gonna have a 1st down and a big gain for about 7 yards. He got hit about 3 yards before the 1st down marker, and they pushed him across for the 1st down. So good start so far for this Carolina team, as they have the football now after another run with Sanders for about 5 yards. 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line of Denver now. So a good start here for the Carolina Panthers. I mean, a start that you draw up just perfectly. For them, obviously hoping to put it into the end zone, as Bryce Young looking right, has a man for about 8 down to the 7. That's Coker with the catch. As good to see Bryce Young back in here. I'm a big fan of Bryce Young. I'm a believer in him. I don't think his career is over. Is he going to be, Patrick Mahomes level? No, probably not. Even like at Aaron Rodgers level? No, probably not. But could he be a solid quarterback in the NFL? Yeah, I think so. 1st and goal, he's looking to pass, and he's going to somehow escape that. Rolling to his left, finds a man, but incomplete. A little bit behind him, there is a flag down on the play. And it's going to be holding on the offense, so that will move them back a little bit here on that one. That throw from Bryce Young was just a little bit out of reach of Coker. He wasn't quite able to haul that one in. As it'll be 1st and goal still here from the 17 now. The give to Hubbard, and he's going to lose 2. Back to the 19. Allen was all over that one, the 6-year man out of BC. The screen to Chuba Hubbard, and he's got it down inside the 10, back down to about the 6. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Panthers. As Michael from the number one football show should be joining us here shortly. As 3rd and goal now from the 7. Young looking to pass. Finds a man. That's a touchdown. Xavier Legette. Touchdown, Panthers. As a good start for the Panthers, a good start for Bryce Young. That's his first passing touchdown this season. As there's Michael in here with us. As the extra point is up. And it's good. 7-0 ball game here. So the Panthers come out strong, get on the board first after creating the early turnover, and it is a 7-0 ball game. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys as Bo Nix and the Broncos offense try to respond. All right, so we're back. As let's see, since Super Bowl 50 for this team, for these two teams, Panthers 49 and 89, the Broncos 56 and 82. 7 head coaches for Carolina, 6 for Denver. Just one winning season each for both of them. A lot of struggles since that Super Bowl where the two teams faced each other. As it'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos now from the 30. Bo Nix running play action here. Going to dump it off underneath the Williams, and he'll pick up about 2 yards on first down, bring up a 2nd down and 8. Michael, you here with us?
Yep.
There we go. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. It's a great day to be a Browns fan.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would imagine you're probably doing pretty good after getting the win over the Ravens.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, not one that I saw coming at all. That's for sure.
Now all we got to do is win the next 9 in a row, and we'll be in the playoffs.
Yep. As on 2nd down and 7, the pitch to Williams, and he'll pick up about 5. Bring up about a 3rd down and 2.
Okay, you're like 2.5
Just
plays
win
ahead.
9 more and you'll be good.
That only means we got to beat the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Ravens again, the Steelers twice.
Something slight. Wide receiver screen. That's going to be to Cortland Sutton, and that'll be a 1st down and a gain of 4 up to about the 41.
Well, I'll say this much. Deshaun Watson's career as a Browns toast after that performance by Jameis Winston.
I think Deshaun Watson's entire career is done.
Did you see Jameis Winston's numbers?
Yeah, insane. Over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Cedric Tillman, the 2nd-year wide receiver, having a breakout year too.
Yeah, for sure. He had a great game.
Yeah, I just saw the 3rd and 2 wide receiver screenplay.
Oh, gotcha. How about Brandon McManus for the Packers? They've had kicking troubles the last 2 years. They bring him in. He kicks a game-winning field goal last week to beat Houston. And then this week, that was his first game. He hadn't even been with the team a week. Now this week, kicks a game-winning field goal to beat the Jaguars. Although this one, not as much pressure as they were tied already. As it's going to be
leaving in the 2nd quarter, as what I've heard at least.
What was that?
Didn't Jordan Love leave in the 2nd quarter of that game?
Groin injury, yeah. As a flag comes in, I'm not sure. I think this might be on the hit.
Also, one other thing to note here, obviously.
Nope, they're going to call an eligible downfield man, and that'll be declined as the play was stopped at the line of scrimmage anyways. So it'll now be 3rd down and 7 for Denver.
Obviously, I don't know the extent of this injury yet, but obviously this weekend coming up, this Saturday at noon, we have possibly the biggest game of the college football season. I wouldn't say possibly the biggest game of the college football season, but biggest game of the week between Penn State and Ohio State, 3 versus 4 as the AP rankings have officially came out.
Yeah, for sure.
What will Drew Allard's status be for that game? Will play a big role into the game.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't seen anything yet on it, which is still too early. There's a nice pass from Bo Nix down the middle to Cortland Sutton, and that'll set him up at the Panthers 32.
I hate to say it, but last night I saw this report, and I haven't seen anything else on it, talking about possible torn ACL.
Man.
Obviously not guessing, but
as 1st down, there'll be a run of about 2.
Bo Nix, not Bo Nix, excuse me. Will Howard, did you see the statement he made about Penn State after the game and everybody saying he fired shots at Penn State before the game?
No.
I wouldn't really call it hit fired shots at Penn State, but supposedly Will Howard grew up in Philadelphia. Supposedly, at least that's where he grew up and played football at, something like that. I don't know. And Penn State never offered him. And the story he got from Penn State thought he wasn't good enough. So he says he's got a chip on his shoulder going into that game. That was like, I want to say, that was a little while after the game on Saturday. He said that.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear about that. It says here that that James Franklin asked Drew Aller, was he going to be mobile enough to run the offense still last week, and he told him no. So I highly doubt it's anything to do with the torn ACL. If there was a potential of him going back in the game.
Well, what concerns me is, by the look of the injury, it looked like it was an ankle, but then he comes out with a knee brace on. That's what's concerning.
Yeah, I don't know. As Bo Nix is going to be sacked there, that's going to bring up a 4th down and probably a punt here for the Broncos, as he was hit back at about the 41-yard line. And that was more of a coverage sack on that one. There was just nothing down the field that was open.
Also, I don't know if you're
Bryce Young, all smiles on the sideline. He's feeling it. It's going to be 4th and 18 and a punt here for Denver, as the punt is away. And
I know
it's going to be down at the 1.
I know that's a rookie mistake there on the sack, but you got to get out of the pocket. You can't stay in the pocket and take that sack.
Yeah, for sure.
He had all the time to get out of the pocket.
Yep, so the Panthers will take over from the 2-yard line, and whenever we return, and see if Bryce Young can lead this offense down the field for another scoring drive.
I guess we'll see.
So we are back. Panthers have the ball at the 2. They're on 2. Actually, they're on 1. as Chuba Hubbard is going to run it ahead on first down. He'll pick up about 2 yards on that one.
Yeah, I'm still seeing ads, so
Okay.
I'm still on the Ford ad.
Yeah, Chris, he's only played 2 full games this year.
Okay, now I'm back.
So 2nd down and 7 from the 3. Another handoff to Hubbard, and he's going to get it close to the 5-yard line. Bring up about a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 as there's some pushing and shoving going on now. The team's having to be separated a little bit.
How about Philly coming back down from 17-7 and absolutely blowing the Bengals out of the water?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, down 17-7, and then they went on a run.
Now, the thing I will say, the Ravens basically handed the Browns that game.
It's 3rd and 6 from the 5. Carolina's going to call a timeout. No, yeah, without a doubt, they did.
I mean, Jameis, obviously known for throwing picks, just threw a pick right to Kyle Hamilton. My heart rate went up about 10 notches, and I thought the game was over. And somehow, that's like the easiest pick you ever seen in your life, and he just flat out dropped it.
Yep. But
and then
I'll say the Ravens didn't make the plays to win, but I'm giving the Browns credit because they they made sure that they took advantage and they made winning plays.
And then, of course, right after that dropped interception, Browns come back with a 38-yard touchdown pass.
Yep.
The very next play.
So 3rd and 6 now with their backs at their own end zone. Five wide, so empty backfield for Bryce Young. Drops the throw. That one's going to be incomplete.
I will say quick. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh, did you get a chance to see what I sent you there?
No, not yet.
That link that I sent you, that was Jameis Winston before the Browns game when CBS interviewed him.
Okay, yeah, I did hear his interview earlier. I think he backed up a lot of what he said. I mean, he talked about he was here to prove he's a starting quarterback again. And I think he more than proved that today.
Well, I'm not talking about the press interview. I'm talking about the interview on the field.
Oh, I got you.
Right before the game, CBS Sports interviewed him. That's what I sent you. What that was.
So 1st and 10 for the Broncos here. Play action. Nick's rolling to his right. Going to throw it. He's got a man. That's his tight end running wide open down inside the 20 of Carolina.
So last year was Joe Flacco. This year, I guess it's Jameis Winston.
I guess so.
I mean, Joe Flacco did that same thing. He won, 7 games in a row? For the Browns, something like that.
And that big play from Denver will take us to the end of the first quarter. So Denver will have it 1st and 10 at the Carolina 17 after the 38-yard pickup when we get back. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys for the start of the second quarter.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, quick, while we're on ad break here. Ricky Pearsall's NFL regular season debuts tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, but I can't remember if it was last week or if it's tonight.
I think he played last week against Kansas City. All right, so we are back as the Broncos take over in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 17.
Also, what do you think
It's going to
about
be a
the?
short throw here to Sutton, and he's got it for a gain of 6. So 2nd and 4 from the 11.
What do you think of the controversial call on the Kyle Pitts touchdown earlier?
I didn't see that one. I didn't watch much of that game. I was watching Eagles Bengals, and then I flipped it over. Was watching Ravens Browns.
Kyle Pitts had his arm out, and he was jogging into the end zone. This was against the Buccaneers, and Buccaneers player came up, hit the ball out. The ball was clearly short of the pylon. The refs gave him a touchdown, and they never changed the call.
Man, yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that one. I have to go find that play on Twitter at the next commercial break.
In my opinion, they should
As
have
Nick's
taken
getting chased and he throws this one away, so a 3rd and 4 coming up for him.
Also, I forgot to include breaking news. The Browns scored more than 20 points.
Yeah, no, good sign for them in that one. So 3rd down and 4. Bo Nix 7 of 9 for 80 yards so far today. As they're going to throw it out wide. That'll be a 1st down. Tough catch right at the marker. I think Denver might have got away with a false start from the right tackle on that play. So 1st and goal. From the 8 for Denver. Nix looking to throw. It's going to be caught down to about the 3.
I would assume College Game Day would go to Beaver Stadium this weekend, but I don't know since Big Noon Kickoff's there.
Maybe. I don't know because Big Noon Kickoff will be there and ESPN won't have the game, so they might not. As a 2nd down and goal going nowhere, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, they went to Michigan, Ohio State last year, but I think that's more of a mistake just because it was more so a rivalry game. And they tend to always go to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that is the biggest rivalry other than maybe Alabama, Auburn in college football, and I think a lot of people would consider that one the biggest one.
Now, 20 years ago,
So
I think
third
you might
third
be
and
looking
goal
for
for
the
Denver from the 3. Bo Nix in the shotgun, a running back to his left, and I believe Denver's going to call a timeout here. They will, as the play clock was ticking down.
I just realized what Cedric Tillman had for stats today for the Browns. I picked him up off the waiver wire this past week, and I forgot to put him in my starting lineup for Jennings because he's out for San Francisco. So, well, this week's already a wrap.
Dang.
And he went off too. Tillman did.
It was announced college game day is going to Ohio State, Penn State.
Doesn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if they did go or didn't go. Also, fun fact, that Kyle Pitts call decided the game between Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Because if they would have made the right call on that Kyle Pitts touchdown, Tampa Bay would have won that game.
Maybe, but I know for a while the Falcons were also blowing them out.
I know, but it was the first touchdown of the game. Kyle Pitts kind of gave up.
Bo Nix rolling to his left. He's going to throw it. Does he have a man? He does. Touchdown, Denver. So they will kick the extra point to try and tie it up on a good play design there. Bo Nix rolling to his left and found his tight end Nate Atkins in the end zone by the pylon for the touchdown.
Also, you have any who, in your mind, as of right now, who is the worst team in the NFL? Because it really
got to be the Panthers.
Because it really comes down to 3 teams. It's either the Browns, the Panthers, or heck, I don't know. It's really Browns or Panthers.
I thought maybe the Patriots, but maybe it's the Jets.
True.
But no, yeah, I think the Panthers are the worst team in the NFL. But the Broncos tie it up at 7, and they will kick it off as Bryce Young and the Panther offense will take the field when we get back. But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys here in just a moment. So we are back. Got a tie game at 7 as Denver getting ready to kick it off here.
One last thing about the Browns here, quick. And in my mind, I know this might be a little bit of a biased take because obviously I'm a Browns fan. But obviously, from now on, with Jameis Winston at quarterback, unless they obviously sign somebody or trade for somebody or something like crazy like that happens, Browns, in my opinion, are probably, ironically, the best 2-6 team in the NFL. At the moment, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you hopping on the Colorado hype train yet?
I think they should probably be ranked if they're not. I haven't seen the full AP poll, but I don't think they're going to do anything much. But they'll get a nice bowl. It's the 1st and 10 to give to Hubbard, and he's going to fight for a tough 2 yards. Got hit about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and had to keep it pushing on the first down run. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
So I don't know if you saw, but the Browns honored Jim Donovan today because of his passing. And the funny part about it was that the Ravens fans that were at the game were like, "Who the heck is that?"
Yeah. He was the radio guy, right?
Yep. He was the radio
What I
announcer for the
thought.
Browns for 25 years.
Yeah. So the 2nd down and 8 on the wide receiver screen, they'll be about a yard short of the first down marker. There is a flag down on the field.
Plus, he covered the Indians and Cavs at one point, too.
Yeah. This is going to be holding on the Panthers, so this will back them up. Jalen Coker out of South Alabama flagged on that one, the rookie.
How does Liberty lose to 0-6 Kennesaw State?
Yeah, I don't know. So 2nd and 18 for Carolina now.
I thought about calling the Colorado game last night, but I didn't. I decided not to, and it's probably a good thing because it didn't turn out to be that great of a game after the first half.
Yeah. So Young dropping the throw. Gonna throw a little swing route out to Miles Sanders, and they'll pick up about a yard. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 17 now for the Panthers, and that's where they've hurt themselves a little bit here with some penalties. The first drive, it didn't really cost them. They ended up still getting a touchdown, but on this drive, it costed them. It'll be 3rd. They'll give them a few extra yards. It'll be 3rd and 14, actually. I didn't think he got that many, but the Panthers will take it. So they got it at the 26. 5 wide for Bryce Young. Quick throw to Leggett, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards, and he's a little bit slow to get up.
How about Minshew as right now for the Raiders? Jeez, Pete, 8 of 9, 101 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and they're up 10-7 on the Chiefs.
I'm going to be bald by the time I'm 50 if Ohio State and the Browns keep playing like this.
So 4th and 8, the Panthers on the punt. And a good punt. That one's going to be caught down inside the 20 and hit down at the 24. There is a flag coming in. I think this one's going to be moved even farther back. I think this is going to be a hold.
And I will also say one other thing. Do you agree with that targeting call called in Ohio State in the Nebraska game?
As there's a injured player down for the Panthers, and it looks like there's a fight maybe about to break out. A little chippiness teams. The referees having to separate guys again.
Because myself personally, I don't, obviously, since I'm an Ohio State fan, I'm not going to agree with it. But I didn't agree with that targeting call on Ohio State there late in the third. I believe that might have been actually mid-4th quarter.
So holding on the Broncos, that's going to back them up. But about the targeting, I agree with it. By rule, the receiver was still technically defenseless, which means all the guy has to do is launch and hit him in the head or neck area, and that's what he did. That's exactly what he did. Was he launched and hit him with his head.
But here's the thing, though. If you look at it, if I was hearing things correctly, the ref literally said it was a catch. When he made that announcement after the review, he said it was a catch when he hit him. So by technicality standards, he was not a defenseless player.
He can still catch the ball and be defenseless when he gets hit.
I know, but here's the other thing. Even I wouldn't call it truly launching. Obviously, he did not hit him with the crown of his helmet. But I wouldn't really consider it, fully launching into him. Yes, he did launch a little bit, but not fully. It's that those.
Well, the dude was ruled a defenseless. The dude was ruled defenseless receiver. Whether the defender launches or not, he can't hit him in the head or neck area, whether launching or not, if it's a defenseless receiver, and that's what it was. So that's why it was called that.
This is why the targeting rule is called so controversially. Is because of plays like that. For example.
I wouldn't say because of plays like that one. I would say because of plays like what we saw in Miami Cal.
I would personally say they just need to get rid of. I mean, this has been talked about for years. I can understand the penalty for targeting him. I'm on board with that, and I'm sure quite a bit of fans would agree with this. But they need to get rid of the ejections for targeting because it's just getting to the point where it's ruining the game for the players and the fans.
Yeah, I don't agree with the ejection on the first one. I think, give them just do a 15-yard penalty, they stay in the game. But if it's something that if it's something that continues to happen from a player, maybe like your second one in a game, or if you have so many on the season, then you start seeing a suspension and ejections. I would be game for that. I don't think on just a regular, because there's definitely some where it's like, yeah, there's nothing malicious about it. They just kind of hit heads and then boom, kick them out. Now they got to miss either the rest of that game and some of the next game. So it's like, that's just, I don't like it. As Williams on the pitch on first down will have about a 1 yard gain. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9 from their own 11-yard line here for the Broncos.
I will add on to what you just said about that targeting rule and all that. I do agree with you on that, and that they need to, obviously, as I said, get rid of the ejections and all that. But, you see some of these calls that, you see calls that should be targeting that aren't targeting. You see calls that aren't targeting, as I said, CB calls that aren't targeting that are called targeting. You see calls that are targeting that are called not targeting in year in and year out. It's just part of the game. At some point, it just gets to the point where if you look at, as you pointed out, Miami Cal, that this one we just saw, between Ohio State and Nebraska, and obviously among others as well. I think, in my opinion, obviously, how they had the helmets marked with the crown of the helmet. At this point, I think it should more so just be, obviously, get rid of the ejections. I can't talk, sorry, like you said. It's getting to the point where they're just making a targeting rule, in my opinion, as well, too complex. They're adding way more rules into the necessary confinement for targeting than they need to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's also not as big of a deal either when you look at the fact that there's only targeting and a player ejected in 1 of every 6 games that are played. That's not a very high rate. It seems like it happens more than it really does. that it's not that it's really not that common of a thing to see. Um, to see it. As there's a big pass complete to Sutton down the sideline and into Panther territory at the Carolina 41. Bo Nix looking to pass, 1st and 10, firing down the field. Again, he's got his tight end and a big pickup on that one. Down to about the 24-yard line, a 17-yard gain there for Denver.
The one thing I will say that I really don't like about targeting last year in the targeting rule, obviously, you know how when a player gets ejected for targeting in the second half, they have to sit out the first half of the next game as well. That's another thing. Even if you do stay with the ejections, at least make it, just out the rest of the game and ruining the next game for him as well if it happens in the second half.
Yeah. As there's a flag down on the play. And they'll pick the flag up. So the 5-yard run for Javonte Williams will stand. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 now. From the Carolina 19-yard line.
The most embarrassing NBA record of all time. Good one here for you. It's hilarious. Russell Westbrook owns the most air balls in a row with 7 in a row in one game.
Man. So 2nd and 5. Bo Nix looking to pass towards the end zone. How did he get that ball in there? Touchdown, Broncos. He's completed 8 straight. That would have been the best one yet to Trotman for the 19-yard touchdown. I don't know how he got that pass in there.
Do you think, as of right now, Jaden Daniels is still the best rookie quarterback?
Yeah.
Because for me, as of right now, my top 3, as of right now, it probably has to be Daniels 1, Williams 2, Bo Nix 3.
Yeah, I've got Daniels 1, Bo Nix 2, Drake May 3.
You're that low on Caleb Williams?
He hadn't done anything this year.
Well,
and he has by far the best receiving core of any of these rookie quarterbacks, by far.
Did that Broncos touchdown get caught one-handed? Or was I seeing things?
No, yeah, he caught it one-handed. That was just an insane catch for Trotman as the Broncos with a touchdown on the board. They're up 14-7 here. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys as this Panthers offense tries to get something going. They haven't had any offense outside of that first drive off the turnover. But we'll be right back with you guys here in just a moment. All right, so we are back. The tight end production for the Broncos this year has been some of the worst. Coming into this game, not a single touchdown catch for the tight end group of the for the Denver Broncos, but Trotman gets the first one there, and he's having a nice game so far in this one. As the kickoff from Will Lutz is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I left you something in private chat there. I don't know if you saw it or not, but figured I'd just throw that out there. Little interesting fact.
What was that you cut out?
I said I put something in private chat for you. Figure I don't know if you saw it or not. Figured I would just throw it out there to you. A little bit of an interesting fact.
So Bryce Young and the offense back out there. As Andy Dalton out today with a thumb injury. Young over the middle, a nice catch and throw for a first down.
Yeah, that Jameis Winston video is when the reporter asked him 3 questions before the game. I forget what one of them was. I forget what all 3 of them were. But obviously, basically asking him about his first ever start since 2022. And he literally did not answer any of the questions. He just basically kept saying the same thing for every single question.
Man, it's the handoff for Hubbard on first down. He'll have a gain of about 2. That run game was looking good on the first drive. But not really working since.
I'll let you watch a video on it and not spoil it for you. So I don't want to screw it up because what he said was actually pretty complex.
Okay.
Different words all mixed in one. So
it's a 2nd down and 8 now from their own 43 for Carolina. Again to give to Hubbard, and he's going to have about a 5-yard run, bring up about a 3rd down and 3.
So I don't know if you know. I don't know if you heard about it, but Stephon Diggs also went down with a knee injury today as well.
I did see that. As 3rd down and 2 for Carolina now. They need this first down.
At least he was
on the season, just 31% on 3rd downs on the season, last in the NFL. Young looking to throw. He's having to roll to his right. Throws it down the field and just out of bounds. There is a flag down on the play. Probably going to be a hold on the Panthers offense. Yep.
While we're getting a flag announced here on this quick, bit of a fun fact. Obviously not to bring politics or anything into this, but just saw this about 30 minutes ago. Trump is planning to attend the Penn State-Ohio State game.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. He's been going to a lot of games this year.
Also, if you're the Browns, obviously with Kevin Stefanski giving up play calling this week, do you stick with Ken Dorsey as the play caller?
When you put up 29 points, you got to. So 4th and 2 from the 49, their own 49. The Panthers are going for it.
I will be back in a second.
Leggett coming in motion, and there's going to be a timeout for Carolina here with 4:46 to go in the 2nd quarter. I would imagine they're probably still going to go for this, though.
Do you see the Saints-Chargers score right now?
Is it still 3-2?
It's a baseball score, yep.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, 2 of 6 today for 17 yards. Washington up 6-0 with the ball. Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels, 6 of 13 for 111 yards.
So the 4th and 2, both backs on the field, both Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders.
I will be back in a sec.
All right. on both sides of Bryce Young. They bring the tight end in motion. Young is going to keep it, throw a little toss out to Sanders, a little option pass play, and he is hit in the backfield by Patrick Surtain. He'll lose a yard, and the Panthers will turn the football over there.
Hey, man, actually, I'm going to have to don't have to let me back in because I'm going to have to rejoin here in about 3 or 4 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay. So the Panthers turn the football over at about midfield as the fourth down did not work, and the Broncos will take over at the Carolina 48 when we get back from break, up 7. So first down, the Broncos taking a shot deep, but this one's going to be incomplete. Through the hands of Humphrey. So Bo Nix off play action, looking to throw again over the middle. He's got a man. Sutton again at the 31. So the screen pass will get down to the 30. We'll bring up a second down and 9. So already in this game, 6 catches for 93 yards for Courtland Sutton. He's been the go-to guy for Bo Nix, who's almost over 200 yards here just in the first half. As the run defense for Carolina has been good, the pass defense not so much. is looking for Sutton again off a play action on 2nd and 8, going to be incomplete. J.C. Horn there in coverage. So 3rd down and 8. This would be big for this Carolina offense if they can, or excuse me, for this defense if they could force a stop. As Sean Payton going to call a timeout here with 3:26 to go in the 2nd quarter. The play clock was ticking down a little bit. He wants a little bit more time to call this play. So 3rd down and 8 for the Broncos. From the 30-yard line of Carolina. It's going to be a pitch to Williams, and he's going to have a 1st down. Excuse me, that's not Williams. As the Panthers have a man down on the field in the secondary, that's going to be Johnson. And we're going to take a break for the injured player, but we will be back with you guys here in just a moment. So DJ Johnson, linebacker out of Oregon, being helped off the field to the tent. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos. So 1st and 10 here for Denver. From the 20 on 1st and 10. Fake the give to Williams. Dumps it underneath to the tight end, and he's going to have a 1st down inside the 10. So first and goal for Denver from the 8. Bo Nix dropping the throw, looking end zone, and couldn't quite be hauled in by Humphrey. Just out of his reach. Bring up a second goal from the 8. So the second goal from about the 8.5 now. The pitch to Williams going left, and he's going to get hit. He's going to pick up about half a yard down to the 8, and there is a flag that comes in. And they're going to get the defense for holding, which not only gives Denver half the distance to the goal, but I believe it also gives them an automatic first down. Yep, so it's going to be first and goal for the Broncos now. As penalties have hurt Carolina. As that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. So we fit the 2-minute warning here in the first half in this one. Denver up 14-7, and they have it first and goal at the 4 when we get back. So we're back. Broncos with it first and goal from the 4. Play action. Bo Nix rolling to his right. Going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be in. Nope. They're going to mark him down about a yard short. Good call, just barely short. About a half yard short. They review it. It's confirmed that it is short. So second goal now. Bo Nix and the Broncos from the half-yard line. I believe Williams is going to be short as well. Hit down at the half-yard line, so third and goal now. Yeah, he just kind of got stuck in between his offensive linemen, and that's when he got hit. And, yeah, he's going to be down a half-yard short still. On third and goal, they go over the pile. I think he's in, touchdown. Bo Nix with the touchdown run. He's thrown for 2. He's ran for 1. So the Broncos extend that lead out to 13, looking to make it 14 with the extra point, and it is up and it is good. So 21-7 ball game here in Denver with a minute 12 to go in the second quarter. So Carolina went down the field and put up 7 on their first drive after the turnover. Since then, it's been 21 unanswered from Denver. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here with you guys as the Panthers look to try and get something before the end of the first half. So we're back as Denver kicking the ball off. And that one is going to be into the end zone for a touchback. So the Carolina Panthers will take over at their own 30-yard line with 1:12 to go here in the first timeout and one timeout. We'll see if they try and push it down the field or if they just try and hand the football off and take this one to the half. Is Bryce Young back in his first start since being benched in week 2. He's had an okay day. 10 of 13, 58 yards and a touchdown. Nothing really down the field very much. But he's got 5 wide here on the first down play. And he's dropping the throw. Hit as he throws, but has a man running open as Leggett down the middle, and he's not able to bring it in. He lost that one in the sun, just straight off of his hands. That would have been huge for Carolina had they hit that one. That would have had them in Broncos territory. So 4 wide receivers, 1 running back here for the Panthers. Young again looking to throw. Checks this one down to Hubbard, who will have it for a short gain. Bring up a 3rd down. You got to be careful here if you're Carolina because Denver's still with a timeout. You hadn't been able to stop them offensively in this game outside of the first drive when you forced a turnover. So they could go down the field and score. So 3rd and 8, 1:03 on the clock. The Panthers get the Broncos to jump. The Panthers mad that this one was blown dead. They didn't have a free shot at the quarterback. They shouldn't have blown that one dead. Unless they're calling this one on Carolina. Yep, they are. I don't know if I saw that one. All he did was lift his head up and down. I don't know how that one was a false start. You can lift your head up and down as a center. So 3rd and 13. Young going to step up, now rolling to his right with it. He's going to take off and run, and he's just going to run out of bounds after a pickup of about 4. So 57 seconds on the clock. It's stopped. And so now the Broncos still have a timeout as well, as Carolina's going to have to punt the football back to them. So the punt from Hecker is going to be called for a fair catch at about the 24-25-yard line. So with 50 seconds and a timeout left, the Broncos offense will take the field. We'll see if they can go down the field and put some points on the board. So Bo Nick's going to throw a screen pass on the first play to Sutton, and he's going to lose a yard. Clock rolling. Broncos hurrying up here. Getting set on 2nd down. They'll get the snap off with 31 seconds to go with the clock ticking. There's another completed pass right at the sticks for the first down. They'll mark him a half-yard shot, 22 seconds. Clock still rolling. Broncos getting set. 3rd and 1. They snap it. There's 12 seconds to go. And they get the first down. But Williams is going to be hit with about 8 seconds to go on the clock. I believe Denver called. Yep, Denver will take their final timeout. Be interesting to see what the Broncos do here. I would imagine they would run a few deep out routes. Maybe a man down the seam. See if they can get maybe a pass interference or even a guy running deep down the field for a touchdown. First and 10, empty backfield. He was looking deep, had Mims kind of open, but wouldn't have mattered even if they had caught that one. He would have been hit and dropped, and time would have ticked out. So with 4 seconds now, Denver either going to kneel it or go for the deep throw here. I think if I'm Sean Payton up 21-7 right here, I just kneel the ball. Last thing you want is everybody running deep and to get a strip sack or something like that. And next thing you know, Carolina scores a touchdown, make it 21-14. And it looks like they will kneel this football down. They will and take it to the half. So the Broncos are up 21-7 as we head to halftime. The Panthers got to talk a lot of things over, see if they can get some sort of offense going. They will get the ball to start the second half, down 21-7. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back for you guys after the break for coverage of the second half in Denver.